So you've heard about Ultima Online recently, but had no idea how or where to start? Warhawk887 here, and as a new player myself, I've gone through the trials and tribulations myself. I've compiled 5 quick tips to help get you started. Now, this is by no means an exhaustive list. There's still a lot to learn, but it should help get you moving in the right direction. If you do have any questions at the end of the video, comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And be sure to stick to the end. Tip number 5 is going to radically change how you play this game. Trust me. Tip number 1, you're gonna have to figure out, do you want to play on the official UO shards or a private one? But Warhawk887, what's a shard? That's a great question. Shards are kind of like servers on other MMO, but with a lot more customization. That means they can have special maps, features, and other elements that make no two shards the same. So do your research, look around the web, and find one that fits your need. I personally play on UO Outlands, which has a strong active population, and they're really supportive on Discord. Speaking of Discord, tip number 2 is join a Discord channel. Watch YouTube videos, Twitch channel, etc. This game is complex and it doesn't hold your hand. So asking questions and doing your research is going to be your best bet of figuring this game out. Don't let that dissuade you. I know this game can be challenging and a lot to learn, but it will only make those accomplishments feel that much better. Trust me. The UO community has been one of the most welcoming communities I've ever experienced, so don't feel shy asking questions. Speaking of communities, if you're liking this video, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and turn on notifications. I'm a small content creator, and small things like that really helps out the channel. Tip number 3. Now, I'm not gonna tell you which class is the best one to play in Ultima Online. Bards. But some classes are definitely a little bit more beginner friendly. I personally recommend playing a melee character, like a bard or a warrior, and avoiding maybe the range classes, like mage or ranger, or resource gathering classes like blacksmithing. I'm not saying these are bad classes. It just might be a little bit more difficult just starting out. You're in the game now, right? Still following along? Remember, stay to the end for tip number 5. I promise you, it's going to change the way you play this game. Tip number 4, basic controls and UI. When you first start the game, your screen might look a little something like this, but don't worry, everything can be rescaled later on. But first, let's just quickly talk about movement. Movement is super simple, but definitely different than other MMO. Using your mouse, you can hold right click and drag to move your character. If the cursor is further away from the character, you'll run, and if it's closer to the character, you'll walk. You can change the setting to always run in the options menu. Side note, you can use arrow keys, but nobody really does that. Left clicking with your mouse will interact with monsters, people, and NPCs. Ready for attacks? All right. Press and hold the tab button, and then you can double click using the left mouse button on enemies. If you're in range, you'll begin attacking them. You can go into your settings to change tab to be a selector mode. That way you can just press it and it will switch you between war mode and peace mode. Bonus tip, once you get a mount, don't double click it when you're in war mode. You will start attacking it. Not that I would know that from personal experience. Poor Fluffy. Okay, let's talk about UI now. For your main screen, you can click and drag on the bottom right of the screen and make it whatever size you want. I recommend leaving some room to the right-hand side for your menus and paper doll. To see your character panel, also called a paper doll, you can click up here, or you can press Alt-P. To see your inventory, you can either click up here or press Alt-I. Real quick, you might have noticed that there's no close button on any of these windows. This took me an embarrassing amount of time to figure out. All you have to do is right-click the window. That's it, that's all you have to do. I like to keep my paper doll and stats open at all times on the right-hand side. But play around with your settings and see what works for you on your screen. You might have noticed that you have bandages, food, and potions in your inventory when you first started out. To make it easier to access, we can create a hotbar. Simply go to Options, Counters, Enable Counters, and once you click Apply, a hotbar will appear. You can also customize the amount of rows and columns you'd like in this page. Remember, click the Apply button, otherwise it won't save your settings. Then just drag and drop the items you'd like to quickly access onto the hotbar. Bing, bam, boom, you're all done. Now you're almost ready to go off into the world. But wait, we have one more final tip. And like I said, this will instantaneously make you a better player. Tip number 5, drum roll please. No? All right, creating macros and hotkeys. You may have noticed another program open up when you opened up UO. Now this is called Razor, and it's a powerful tool. And I don't have time in this video to go over all of its features, but I wanna go over a couple things to help get you started. Hotkeys allow you to set a specific key on your keyboard to do a specific task, like cast a spell, take a potion, etc. For my bard, I like to set my peacemaking and discordant spells to my number keys. To set a hotkey, open up the Hotkeys tab. Find the item or spell you'd like to use, press the key that you'd like to set, then click Pass to UO and press the set button. You're all set. Macros are a little bit more complex, but still pretty easy. They allow you to record a specific set of actions and then be able to replay them either through Razor or a hotkey. For example, when I cast a spell, I disarm myself, so I can create a macro to re-equip my mace. That way, anytime I cast a spell, I can press a button and my mace re-equips. Easy as that. This saves me so much time. This just scratches the surface of Razor. Like I said, it's a powerful tool. And if you do have any questions, shoot a message out to the community or drop a comment down below. I promise you, you'll get an answer. That's all I got for you guys in this video. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and like this video. Until next time.